What are Payton and Denver's ceiling this year?
Super Bowl. And you just look at both sides of the ball. You know, we talked about Caleb Williams before.
What?
Bo Nix. Bo Nix played really good football. He's going to get better, take another step. That offense is going to be extremely efficient.
Bo knows.
But if you look, Bo does know. But you look at the other side of the ball, guys, that is a championship defense. You talk about Zach Allen, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, and then they went out and added two guys from San Francisco, Dre Greenlaw and Taloa Hufunga. They took Jahdae Barron in the first round. That's a championship defense, and I think an efficient offense. If Coach Belichick was sitting here, guys, he would always talk about how teams lose games in the NFL before you ever have to win it. This offense is going to be a lot like Buffalo's, where they're going to be efficient. They may not be flashy, but they have a smart quarterback who's an underrated athlete. And I'm telling you, this defense is outstanding. We're going to be talking about Vance Joseph as a viable head coaching candidate coming down the stretch.
David, you looked like you
I think something's wrong with Mike T. Listen, respect. First of all, let me say this. I'm a fan of Sean Payton. I always have been. I think he's an exceptional coach, an exceptional offensive mind. He's obviously accomplished a lot in his career, and he's the right man for the job in Denver. I'm not throwing any shade on him, but when you say this is about the 7th time you felt this way, how many Super Bowl championships does he have? 1. How many Super Bowl appearances does he have? 1. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Where's the other 6 then? I don't want to hear all that. I mean, you can throw all of this out at your confidence. The defense is the defense, and we know that Denver's got a pretty damn impressive defense.
The Broncos, another team that is in that window. And different coaches have different approaches as to how they go about speaking the word Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mentioning the possibility, because you don't want to have unrealistically high expectations for your team. You'd rather have low expectations, because then if you have, a 10-7 year and you get a wild card berth, it feels pretty good. But if everybody expected you to go to the Super Bowl, it feels like a failure. Here's Sean Payton on the 2025 Broncos. The short-term goal is winning the division, but this team is capable of winning the Super Bowl. I've coached teams, 6 teams, that I thought could win the Super Bowl. Some went to championship games, some to the playoffs. This is my 7th team that I think has that. Now, he's 1 for 5, right? Or 1 and 5, not 1 for 5, 1 for 6, 1 and 5 when it comes to his 6 Super Bowl teams that he thought could make it to the Super Bowl, because only 1 did. And obviously the 2018 Saints should have. Right. That was the horrific missed interference call.
Could be 2 and 4.
Maybe the 2017 Saints, after they wiped out the deficit with the Vikings before the Minneapolis Miracle. I don't know. Maybe the Saints could have beaten the Eagles. I don't know. But yeah, the fact that he views
in his 3rd year with the Broncos, this collection of players is already at the point where they could make it to the Super Bowl. Is it a surprise? It was his 4th year in New Orleans that they won a Super Bowl. He's 1 year ahead of schedule.
Right. He went to the NFC Championship game his first year in New Orleans.
Right away.
Remember, right?
Right away.
Lost to the Bears. I think Sean Payton's the kind of guy that he doesn't say this unless he believes it. And to me, this has the feeling of like, one, he sees a team with this talent, and they're young in some spots, and I think he's saying it so they believe it. I think it's a little bit of like, hey guys, like I don't think, some of you guys are young. We got a young quarterback. You might not know your butt from your elbow or whatever else, but I'm just telling you, you guys are good. And this is not new. Anybody, I think I've told you this through the spring and everything else. I know some people out there in Denver. I know how excited they are about their football team. They've been saying things like this behind the scene. Not that they're going to win the Super Bowl, but that they think their team is really good. It was one of the best defenses in football last year. They think it's going to be better. Bo Nix, year 2. It was awesome year 1. They got a RJ Harvey, who they think is going to be special and is already the starting running back there out in Denver. They got Cortland Sutton lined up. Yeah. So I think he's saying this to make his team believe and realize, hey, you guys are legit here. So let's stay on crossing the T's and dotting the I's here, because you could have something to say when in the AFC when it's all said and done here.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. The Denver Broncos are no longer the NFL's forgotten franchise. They're a freight train charging toward greatness, and they're way ahead of schedule. After nearly a decade of heartbreak, a crushing playoff drought, and the shadow of Russell Wilson's $85 million dead cap hit, The Broncos stormed back in 2024 with a 10-7 record and their first playoff appearance since 2015. That's right, 10 wins, a rookie quarterback, and a defense that's got the league trembling. Peyton Manning, the sheriff himself, says this team isn't just good, they know they're good. But here's the question burning in every fan's mind. Is this the year Denver hoists the Lombardi Trophy again, or are we staring down another false dawn? But what's fueling this meteoric rise? Let's dive into the heart of this team, starting with a rookie quarterback who's drawing comparisons to a legend. Bo Nix isn't just a quarterback, he's a phenomenon. In 2024, this rookie sensation threw for 3,775 yards, 29 touchdowns, and led the NFL in rookie completion percentage at 77. He broke records. Folks, most games with 200 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions by a rookie. And get this, he's one of only 2 quarterbacks in Broncos history, alongside Peyton Manning, to hit 200 yards and multiple touchdowns in 4 straight home games. That's elite company. Super Bowl 50 champ Chris Harris Jr. says Nix is a magnet, pulling free agents to Denver like Manning did in 2012. But here's the controversy. Some analysts dare to whisper about a sophomore slump. A slump? Are you kidding me? This kid's got no-look passes, 67-yard air bombs, and a swagger that screams, "I'm here to dominate." Sean Payton, a Super Bowl-winning coach, says Nix could be a top 5 QB in the league by 2027. That's not hope, that's a prophecy. But can Nix carry the weight of Manning's legacy, or will the pressure crush him? Nix is the spark, but a quarterback is only as good as the weapons around him. Let's talk about an offense that's poised to be a juggernaut. This isn't your grandpa's Broncos offense, it's a lean, mean, touchdown-scoring machine. In 2024, Denver finished 10th in NFL scoring, a massive leap from the post-Manning era where they never cracked the top 20. Cortland Sutton, a third-down assassin with 0 drops, 27 first-down conversions, and the most third-down yardage in the league. Evan Engram, the new tight end, is the joker Sean Payton's been craving, a mismatch nightmare for defenses. Add in J, K, Dobbins and rookie R.J. Harvey at running back, and you've got a backfield that can bruise and break away. And don't sleep on Troy Franklin, who's bulked up and is flashing Deebo Samuel-like potential. Payton's system is quarterback-friendly, built for efficiency, not flash. But here's the hot take. Some say this offense lacks the star power to compete with Buffalo or Kansas City. Really, with Nix's precision and Sutton's clutch gene, this unit doesn't need to be flashy. It just needs to win, and win they will. An efficient offense is deadly. But it's the defense that's got the NFL shaking in their cleats. Let's break down why this unit is championship caliber. If you thought the 2015 no-fly zone was fierce, wait until you see the 2025 Denver defense. This is a unit that doesn't just stop opponents, it obliterates them. Zach Allen, fresh off a 4-year, $102 million extension, is a wrecking ball up front. Nick Bonitto and Jonathan Cooper combined for 14 sacks last year, and they're just getting started. Then, Denver went all in, signing Pro Bowlers Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga from San Francisco, and drafting Texas's Jim Thorpe Trophy winner Jahdae Barron in the first round, Patrick Surtain II, the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year, leads a secondary that's already being called restricted airspace. Riley Moss. He outgraded Surtain in multiple games last year, including a Week 3 masterclass against Tampa Bay. Vance Joseph's blitz-heavy scheme led the league in 2024, and it's only getting nastier. Peyton Manning himself said this defense will get the ball back to Nix in prime position, just like the 2015 squad did for him. But here's the challenge. Can they stay healthy? One injury could derail this juggernaut. The stakes are high, folks. This defense is a game changer, but it's the man calling the shots who ties it all together. Is Sean Payton the key to a Super Bowl run? Let's find out. Sean Payton isn't just a coach, he's a mastermind, a Super Bowl winner who's turned Denver's fortunes around in just 2 years. From a 5-12 disaster in 2022 to a 10-7 playoff team in 2024, Payton's got the Midas touch. He's locked in stars like Pat Surtain, Quinn Miners, Cortland Sutton, and Zach Allen, with early extensions, signaling a commitment to stability. His bold claim, this team isn't just chasing the AFC West, they're gunning for the Lombardi Trophy. Peyton Manning backs him, saying Payton's system is perfect for Knicks, and the belief in Denver is sky high. But here's the controversy. Payton's got 1 Super Bowl ring and 1 appearance in 18 years. Critics are screaming, where's the other 6 you keep hyping? Is Payton's confidence justified? Or is he setting Denver up for a catastrophic fall? One thing's clear. With a roster this stacked and a coach this driven, the Broncos are a problem for the NFL in 2025. The pieces are in place. The belief is unshakable. But can Denver deliver? Stay tuned for our final thoughts on their Super Bowl ceiling. So, what's the Denver Broncos ceiling in 2025? Peyton Manning says it's Super Bowl or bust, and we're inclined to agree. With Bo Nix's meteoric rise, a top 10 offense, and a defense that's straight up ferocious, Denver's not just a playoff team, they're a contender. But the AFC is a gauntlet. Kansas City's dynasty, Buffalo's firepower, and Baltimore's grit stand in the way. Health is the X factor. Alex Singleton and Dre Greenlaw are already defying injury timelines. But one slip could spell disaster. Mark Schlereth and Kirk Benkert are calling it, Denver could flip the AFC West. We say they could go further. This is a team that doesn't just hope they know they can win it all. Broncos country. Are you ready to ride? Let's hear your predictions in the comments. That's our breakdown. Broncos country. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments.